Good morning, student. In last video, we have seen the asexual reproduction and the methods of asexual reproduction. Today, we will learn about asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. Angiosperm are commonly called as a flowering plant because they produce a prominent, highly specialized organ called as flower. Okay, so angiosperm commonly called flowering plant. Flowering plant, angiosperm commonly called as the flowering plant because they produce a flower which is a prominent and the highly specialized organ. So they produce organ which is prominent and highly specialized. Now, they produce a organ which is a prominent or a highly specialized. It is called as the flower. So, prominent means a proper. It contains both the male and female gametes. Contains male and female gametophyte. Male and female gametophyte. So, the angiosperm commonly called as a flowering plant because they produce a organ which is a most prominent and highly specialized organ called the flower. And fruit and seeds are further stage of asexual reproduction. So, the angiosperm commonly called as a flowering plant because they produce a prominent and highly specialized organ called as the flower. That prominence means the proper because they contain the male and female gametophyte. And fruit and seeds are the further stage of sexual reproduction. Now, what is a flower and what are its value for us? What contains the flower? So, flower first, it is an amazing part of angiosperm. Amazing part of angiosperm. It is an amazing part of a angiosperm. Then the second, we have seen in the world wide range of a flower having a different colors: yellow, red, shading flower, purples, green, white, all type of these colors, colors of a flower we have seen in the world. Also, it has a sweet smell and nectar which are attract the agencies of pollination like a insect, bat, etc. So, due to this attraction, pollination takes place. After the pollination, then fertilization, and after the fertilization, then fruit form a seed, and seed grows into a new plant. That is a sexual reproduction. Okay, so the flower is a amazing part of an angiosperm. It has a different colors like purple, red, white, green, and shading color. Third, it has a sweet smell. It has sweet smell or scent. So it has a sweet scent and nectar which attract pollination agencies like bird, bat, insect, etc. So the flower has a wide range of colors. It has a sweet scent. It has a nectar which attract for the pollination agency like a bird, bat, and the insect. Now, flower has a values. Flower has a ornamental value, cultural value, religious value, and social value. We have seen a different type of a ornament made by flower. We have seen everywhere. They in cultural program the flowers are used. In temples we have seen different type of a flowers having the malas, flower, etc., which is wear to a god. Then it has a social value. If we want to welcome for the guest, then we will use the bouquets for the welcome. So the values for the flower has a ornamental value, then cultural, then social, and religious. So the flower has a values for us having a ornamental, cultural, social, and religious. Due to the different color, wide range of a color, and has a sweet scent and the nectar, then this is a aid or it help for the sexual reproduction. So the flower has a different color, has a sweet scent, has a nectar. Due to this, the these are the heads for a sexual reproduction. Now, what are the end products? End products are fruit and seeds. So these seed produce new plant. These produce a new plant. So this is a flower having a social value, its contents, and due to this flower, what are its end product, and that end product produce a new plant. This is the sexual reproduction. So before that, we going to the internal structure of male gametophyte and female gametophyte. We have to understand the structure of flower. So first, flower has site for reproduction. So, how we can define the flower? It is highly evolved. The flower is highly evolved shoot, specially designed for the sexual reproduction. It is highly evolved. Evolved means it is the modified. Shoot designed for sexual reproduction. Okay. Now the structure of flower. Structure of flower. Here is a thalamus. Thalamus is a internode. Okay. So here the thalamus is internode. Now what is the internode? Let us see the example of a dove grass. A dove grass having, here is a node. Node where the leaf arises and the root penetrate in the soil. Root penetrate in the soil and the root and the leaf arises where, that is called as the node. These are the two nodes, and the distance between or space between the two nodes is called as the internode. Similarly here, thalamus is a internode. This part is a internode because here is a node and the thalamus which is attached to the branch, again there is a node. Oh, thalamus, here is the branch. Here is again node. Here is node. And the space between two nodes is a internode. So the thalamus is a internode, and at node there are petals, sepals, then stamen and carpel, which are arises. Okay, so at the node there are sepals, petals, then stamen, carpels are arises. So thalamus is a internode, and this internode, which is a dense, dense means a compact mass. So this internode is a dense internodes having a compact mass. At node there are the sepal, petal and stamen and the carpel, which are arises. Now we will see the stamen and carpels separately. Stamen and carpels. Stamen consists of anther, then filaments and sterile connective. It contains the anther, filament and sterile connective. Now see the diagram here. This is the anther, this is filament, and anther which is connected to the filament here is a connective. Then carpel. Carpel consists of stigma, style, then ovary and ovules inside the ovary. Here anther is a male reproductive part. Anther is male reproductive part. And here ovule is female reproductive part. Ovule is female reproductive part. a microspore. Anther produce microspore, and the ovule is a female reproductive part. So anther produce a microspore that is called as the pollen grain, and further it develop into male gametophyte. Further it develop into a male gametophyte, and this ovule further it, so this microspore further develop into a male gametophyte, and the ovule further develop into female gametophyte. After the pollination, after the fertilization, pollination, fruit and seeds form, and these seeds develop into a new plant. Now we will stop here. In next video we will see the structure of anther. Just a minute, one. Okay. This is taken androgen.